the gangsta rap that glorified violence.
With the absence of anybody paying attention to Melly Mel when he was saying, "Don't push me."
So don't push me.
We have kids who are saying, "I don't care."
Hand on my nine.
Gangsta rap.
I say it's reality.
And welcome to the ghetto. Rather pop of a shot from my Glock.
All on the record.
He's talking about me in the videos.
Turn this thing into a rumble.
So now it becomes more serious at the top.
Talking to the rap inventor. Somebody explain why they send a bad boy to play a grown man's game.
I was so confused.
Those who pay them have a responsibility.
All we doing is being reporters like Connie Chung and reporting what's going on.
But this is the only way we got to make money.
Do you think that gangsta rap?
Originally, this type of music was called reality rap by the people who pioneered it like Scully D and Ice-T. The term gangsta rap itself was later applied by the media and the music industry and not by the artists who created it. It began as a coverage of street life realities which were plaguing the poor Black American communities. In the late 1980s, a generation of young Black people from America's most neglected neighborhoods started using their music to describe and document these cold realities. From police brutality, drug infestation, and many more problems that the mainstream media ignored or distorted. What emerged was not simply a new sound, but a cultural movement that was quickly taking over young Black America and even got a good portion of white fan base who was identifying with similar community problems, which was shown by reality rap in a detailed manner.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called Niggas with Attitudes.
Lorraine,
what's up?
tell them where you from.
Straight out of Compton, another crazy ass nigga.
Eazy is his name and the boys coming.
Straight out of Compton, it's a brother that'll smother your mother.
The term gangsta rap gained widespread use after NWA's 1988 album Straight Outta Compton, which became an instant classic, achieving platinum status, and later triple platinum, selling over 3 million copies despite the lack of mainstream radio play and heavy censorship by the media. Following the success of NWA, others followed in their footsteps, but as the movement was growing, so did the media pressure.
I can't believe they just said that. This music is incredible, but MTV is not going to let any of this happen.
Nope, that's not my son. I was in total denial at first. I said, why does he have to talk so bad? He said if he rapped normal, they wouldn't want to listen to it.
And that is Eazy all the way. He said any publicity is good publicity.
I waited till everybody was in the room. I was like, man, I got a record called Fuck the Police. DOC went crazy.
Whoever thought of this shit was genius.
Ren almost did a backflip. But when I said it to Dre, he was like, dude, I'm not doing that record. I gotta go to jail Friday. They gonna kick my ass up in there. I ain't about to do that.
I knew we had something that was gonna be dangerous. I knew we had something that we could potentially get in trouble for.
Eazy was like, well, say it, let's go, let me hear it.
The police coming straight from the underground.
It's like when we wrote the song, F the Police, it's stuff that we've been through before and that everybody around us been through. People been going through for years, but we was, everybody else was scared to put it on record. So we put it on record.
We're on location tonight to talk to probably the most controversial rap group in LA right now. How close are you to what your records are?
It's as real as this gun. Look, see this chamber right there? It's no bullshit.
I rap about the oppressed taken back.
One day I'm gonna bust, blow up on this society.
Welcome to the ghetto.
When I walk outside of my door, I don't see no flowers and no, what I'm saying, and no ocean and nothing. It's not a pretty sight. So I just do my poetry about what I see.
And my raps that I'm rapping to my community shouldn't be filled with rage. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be filled with the same atrocities that they gave to me. In the media, they don't talk about it.
I'm a liberal Democrat.
And I'm a conservative Republican. But we're both worried about the society our children live in today.
You don't have to use vile and ugly language.
WPGC in Washington, D.C. dropped violent or demeaning lyrics. KACE in Los Angeles followed suit.
They're yelling, shoot in a community that is crowded with guns.
The FBI letter. There was no precedent to the FBI sending a letter, please stop singing these records. When that came through, the news was all over that. And then of course with media and controversy, it all just worked to sell more records because NWA, they were like, no, we're gonna go right back at that. We're gonna do these records. Eazy was clearly a marketing genius. He had a great sense for what buttons to push to create controversy in different levels.
It became political once these forces start coming against us. It let us know that we're more than a group. We're a political statement. It just knocked us into that position.
We, African American women particularly, are tired of being called hoes, bitches, and sluts by our children.
Dear Mr. Lawrence Tucker. I mean, women know that there are bitches out there. I don't know why women look surprised. They know. They say it louder. They just think that we're saying they're all bitches. That's not what we're saying.
I give a holler to my sisters on welfare. Rather pop of a shot from my clock.
There is absolutely no reason for a record like this to be published by a responsible corporation.
Never before has there been such a will to use music to advertise self-destructive violence.
It glorifies violence. It's creating a culture of guns and rape.
Adding insult to injury, she says, is rapper Tupac Shakur being nominated for an NAACP Image Award.
Now, those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail.
I mean, I think we made the point a long time ago, but everybody just opened their eyes now. I guess we're speaking for a lot of people out there that haven't spoke yet or afraid to speak. It's like 400 years plus and they can't take no more, you know? It's like people is fed up.
So now what do you think we're gonna do? Ask?
I put my gun away and grab my AK. It's getting hectic.
Criminal charges can be a career ender, but not in the case of Snoop Doggy Dogg. Some accuse the rapper of making crime pay.
We, the jury in above entitled action, find the defendant, Calvin Brodus, not guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
Murder cell, that's why people do videos on sex and murder.
From our point of view, everybody had the right to say what they were saying as long as they weren't breaking the law.
Y'all don't appreciate what we're talking about, but this is the only way we got to make money. And if you don't let me make my money on the street, I guarantee you I will make my money on the street.
The rap star Tupac Shakur is free on bond tonight after his arrest this weekend in Atlanta, charged with shooting 2 off-duty police officers.
He has been criticized for anti-police lyrics.
I don't gotta be a role model. I don't gotta hold your hand.
On the next page, the words go, it's not about
east or west.
It's about
niggas and bitches,
power and money, riders and punks.
Which side are you on?
These niggas are still fucking talking.
You niggas still breathing?
Fucking roaches.
With the rise of Ruthless Records and Death Row Records, Gangsta Rap was no longer street reporting, it was a lucrative business. It took over the radio stations, and with the ongoing East versus West beef, Gangsta Rap clearly entered its peak. Death Row was the embodiment of that peak, with all kinds of controversies tied to the record label's name, while dominating the charts, bringing in millions, and having a fierce reputation at the same time.
At the time, Death Row was the biggest money maker in rap, hands down.
Don't worry about this.
So you're saying that Death Row does not present any negative images to black youth?
No, I think it's a positive image. I think Death Row is real positive to black youth. I mean, it's letting people know you can be yourself and still be a child of God and still be successful.
Suge tried to destroy my record company with the help of others, Dre. So right now we're getting everything back together and we finna come out, you know, fully loaded.
Eazy was pissed off at Suge for taking Dre, and it was much money and energy and work that Eazy put into starting Ruthless and making it a success, you know, like that, it was, you know, kind of gone. Eazy wanted to kill Suge himself. He just wanted to kill Suge. And Jerry talked him out of it.
That beef drew very severe lines.
This is a new thing, right? Somebody gonna do something about it. See, technology is so high, right?
Right.
So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. So they got this new thing out there. People sell them all the time. They got this stuff they get blood from somebody with AIDS, and then they shoot you with it.
Oh,
so
well, that seems bad.
That's a slow death.
Yeah.
An Eazy E thing, you know what I mean?
Rap singer Eazy E has lost his battle with AIDS just 10 days after revealing that he had the disease.
Everything just changed. It became a lot more violent, you know, engineers getting beat down, just random people getting beat down and shot at in the studio, in the mic booth.
You guys are earning tens of millions of dollars legitimately. Why get involved with any of this nonsense? I mean, look, at one moment, I said to my ex-wife, I said, am I defending free speech or am I funding Hamas? I was so confused. It was so intense. And I was on a new page I'd never seen in my life before every day. You know, on the news, every time we were watching TV, something would come on. This thing happened, you know, this guy got killed or shot or, you know, and there was always a reason for it. And I don't know if I don't know what I did. I was on a mission.
Those who pay them have a responsibility. The corporate executives who hide behind the lofty language of free speech should understand this. We will name their names and shame them as they deserve to be shamed.
Time Warner.
Time Warner's the biggest.
Time Warner owns a company called Interscope,
The Death Row Interscope Coup.
which columnist John Leo called the cultural equivalent of owning half the world's mustard gas factories.
To me, this music is the equivalent of yelling fire in a crowded theater.
While the company remains under attack from foes of gangsta rap music.
Do you think that gangsta rap is promoting or contributing to the violent crimes committed by today's youth?
I don't know. The answer is, it depends on what the end of the song is. I mean, what is the purpose of it? Is it to make people understand and empathize with and try to do something about these terrible problems? Or is it to legitimize violence and criminal conduct and ultimately self-defeating behavior? And for me to answer your question, I'd have to know the answer to that, and I just don't know enough to answer it.
I don't think that rap music is the cause of violence. America is a violent place, and I think there are a lot of influences, you know, on violence in this country. And we have to look at some of the root causes of anger and despair.
Took them all out, but I caught one in the stomach.
Really, it's a cry out because it's like genocide going on there. You're losing a whole generation of people that could help contribute not only to this country, to this world. And they're crying out about it through that music.
The music has a message behind it. It's telling you, get it right. We ain't standing for this no more.
Snoop Doggy, Doggy, whatever his name is.
When I hear all these things like this, I've never seen any guns or anything like that in my backyard. I basically enjoy listening to them for the beats, and they're really talented.
I can relate to it. Been on gin and juice.
You know, now you see money, right? So that's where all the bitches and hoes come from, you know?
Money cannot be the justification.
Puff's a smart guy. His ear is incredible.
No phones allowed. I need you to pay attention to me.
And he fine-tuned the business side more than anybody.
I'm from the East Coast. New York in this motherfucker. Harlem, New York, we up in this bitch.
Straight up Brooklyn in the house, representing.
The entire night, the room was electrified with tension. Everybody knew it was gonna be some shit between the boroughs coming in and make a name. The furthest thing from my mind was any beef with Death Row.
And then, Suge Knight walks on stage and says the most outrageous shit ever, just completely disrespects Puff.
And one other thing I like to say, any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
I was like, oh shit, he done fucked up.
For the spirit, we supporting him and clapping because he's with us. Yay! But then a nigga started to think, well, what the fuck did this nigga just say?
I thought it was gangster that he would be in New York and say that. So for a few seconds, I was loving it. Because I was like, if we came here to rumble, let's turn this thing into a rumble.
That's the worst shit to do, is to disrespect a nigga in his home turf.
He's talking about me in the videos. I'm like, fuck him.
In my opinion, it made all the New York niggas start coming together.
And when Snoop got on stage, bandanaed up, braids, it looked like he came for war.
The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row.
So I'm like, is he gonna say fuck New York?
Well, let it be known then. We don't give a fuck. We know y'all East Coast. We know where the fuck we at.
It felt like this shit is dangerous right here.
It was just a room full of pit bulls and gorillas. It just was niggas that was wild. It was animals, you know what I'm saying? Hyenas. We had a bunch of niggas with us that was fresh out the pen, niggas with a lot of shit to prove. You know, niggas that just loved getting active.
And there's thousands of these niggas with guns and...
Death Row had things on them. Bad Boy had things on them. I'm pretty sure Wu-Tang was prepared.
So when all this stuff is going on at Warner, this sort of war begins between Bad Boy and Death Row. And that's when we all realize, whoa, we're not in Kansas anymore.
The Source Awards changed everything. Now you realize where your power was. There was no limits to where a CEO or a mogul can wind up. So now it becomes more serious at the top.
We never got into disliking any of the artists, but we had a problem with Suge really disrupting our, quality of life.
Tupac's in prison.
The way I was living and my mentality was a part of my progression to be a man.
Here's a young man accused of things he didn't do and put in jail, and he didn't know who to trust anymore. And somehow or another he found that in Suge.
Time Warner wouldn't allow us to bail out Tupac. So what happened was we advanced Death Row the money, and Death Row bailed out Tupac.
I imagine that Pac himself believed Suge bailed him out. But the truth is, we in Time Warner put up the money. I mean, look, I was definitely part of bailing out Tupac.
California, Tupac is back.
Part of that Death Row fucking volcano.
When Tupac came into the studio, he just stayed in the booth, wrote the song, laid the song, put up another track. That was amazing. He'll just write about 5 or 6 songs before he comes out.
Well, give me that bomb beat from Dre.
When Pac and Suge got together, it created a very volatile situation. They were going to do what they were going to do, and we couldn't control that.
I just want to send a shout out to Bad Boy Records.
But Bad Boy and Puffy were coming up. They were about to be the next Death Row or bigger.
When the la-la hits your lyrics, just picture that's so hard that your hat can't fit you. Either I'm with you or against you. Format bent you. Back through that maze I sent you. Talking to the rap inventor.
It's the goddamn thing. Somebody explain why they send a bad boy to play a grown man's game. Set an ass out the flame, completely get their ass kicked. Woke up on the street, but you'll be sleeping in the casket. How long will it last? Nigga, don't ask if he flips the blast. I blow on the mash, trying to be the first to take the cash. My shit's classic. Like my nigga Nick, go get the tape, but keep the nation and shit to fake this dude great. Money made me evil, cold faces got me stressed. Niggas aiming at my head.
Pac was a different beast. A lot of rappers like to claim they're Pac because they thugs. That's not Pac.
No doubt.
You know, this is a guy who saw a black person being harassed by police officers and shot him. You're not Pac until you're fighting with killers.
It was always incidents that are secret and that we will never speak on.
Power, control, celebrity, it'll fuck anybody. There's a story nobody knows about because they brought this person into my office, of all places. And the beating that they convinced to put on that dude, there was blood everywhere, and the dude is pulling on my pants leg. You know, I just wanted to get out.
No, you can't leave. And if you do leave, nigga, you gonna leave in a box.
That was different.
That's Death Row.
I was going, Dre, this label's worth a lot of money. You should get paid for it. You own half the label. He goes, no.
I didn't want anything following me.
I'm done. I'm done.
I was a fan of the music.
So I wanted to present that to other fans.
All we doing is being reporters like Connie Chung and reporting what's going on.
Gangsta rap forced America to confront realities it preferred to ignore. Politicians condemned it, news outlets blamed it for promoting violence, yet none of those critics addressed the conditions these artists described. At its peak, the music was about to take a very dark turn, which would lead to a quick decline and eventual end of gangsta rap music.
You gotta understand that thug element is always available in rap. Ain't no real East Coast, West Coast beef. Oh, you don't like Hammer, or you don't like Will Smith. You know, let's just get you to say you don't like somebody. You're not aware of the game they're playing with you, and you may open your mouth and say something about somebody that you didn't have to.
The source, source can suck a dick. Them motherfuckers.
You know, there was a lot of people that was not checking to see if Pac had outrun Biggie. They were checking to see who could win in a physical confrontation, whose camps could win if the two met up with one another.
When you bring the streets into the game, they only know the rules of the street.
I felt like if I was there, it would have been totally different, man.
The gangsta rap era is over, you know. It's time for a switch, you know.
After these tragic events, the music survived for some years to come, but this moment marked the symbolic end of gangsta rap. From this moment in time, it was on a steady decline. It still continues to divide opinion to this day. For some, it represents the dark age of hip-hop, a period defined by violence, destruction, and controversy, glorifying chaos and leaving a lasting damage on both the culture and the communities it claimed to represent. For others, however, it stands as hip-hop at its finest, most powerful form, being raw and fearless in its portrayal of harsh realities when few voices were willing to speak openly. Tell us what you think about this in the comments below.